and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavor show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Okay, imagine this, right? A classic autumn village scene. You've got the annual flower and produce show. You know, charming little competitions, prize-winning veg, that real sort of local pride vibe.
Yeah. Picture perfect.
Exactly. It's all meticulously planned, this community tradition. But then what happens when that whole careful setup crashes headlong into, well, a completely different party? And it leads to this unexpected and, honestly, pretty delicious disaster.
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're diving deep into exactly that kind of situation. It's the Ambridge Flower and Produce Show. This actually comes from The Archers, you know, that BBC radio drama. It's been going forever, basically a British institution, great at painting this picture of rural life.
Right.
And our mission today really is to unpack the surprising dynamics of these community events, the sort of funny chaos that happens when humans mess up, and also that resilient spirit you need when things go, well, uniquely wrong.
Okay, let's get into it. We're going to uncover some really priceless moments here about how local events can just go totally off script and what that actually tells us about ourselves.
Yeah.
So let's set the stage. Central to all this is Lily Peretta. She's one of the main organizers for the show. Now, Lily is already under a ton of pressure. And get this, she's actually dressed as a jester.
A jester? Really?
Yeah, because she's also involved in a medieval-themed wedding happening nearby, so she's literally juggling duties. It just adds layers of stress, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
But deeper than that, there's this weight of her reputation hanging over her. She's genuinely worried that everyone hates her because of some past scandal.
Right, and that's fascinating, the sheer burden she's carrying there. Her worry that everyone hates her, it stems from this previous thing, doesn't it? Where she was caught secretly paying members of the village cricket team.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Not good.
Exactly. A huge mistake in the world of amateur village sports. It really hurt her standing. So she's not just organizing an event, she's dealing with her own anxiety, public perception, all while trying to pull off this big village day. It really shows you the hidden emotional side of organizing things, doesn't it?
Definitely. Even in these quaint village settings, there's real pressure.
Yeah, it takes logistical skill, but also like serious emotional resilience.
And as if that wasn't enough pressure, the celebrity judge arrives, Charlotte Smith. You know, actually off the telly.
Oh, okay, so a proper celebrity presence.
Yeah, and she's with Fallon, another judge.
Yeah.
So Lily's clearly feeling the heat, worrying about how the judges will see things, how she'll be seen. So, okay, with all that stress bubbling under the surface for Lily, what's the actual show like inside the tent?
Well, despite Lily's personal turmoil, the Ambridge villagers have really pulled out all the stops. It sounds fantastic, actually. It's this vibrant display of local pride, culinary skill. Imagine tables just packed with amazing cakes, gleaming jars of jam, chutneys, even these huge, like, giant vegetables.
Love the giant veg category.
He too. So you've got Ben, for example. He's brought this Black Forest cake he calls a professional job. Thinks he's got a real shot.
Right.
Then there's Derek Fletcher, who's apparently guarding his profiterole stack like a hawk, worried someone might nick one.
Huh. Classic village show behavior.
Totally. And it's not just the experience, folks. Rosie's brought scones she made with her mom. It shows that community thing across generations.
That's lovely.
It really is. This dedication, often from people who aren't pro bakers or anything, it says so much about how much these shared traditions matter. Makes you think, like, what drives that effort?
Yeah, that multi-generational thing really comes through.
Yeah.
And speaking of effort, there's Azra's entry. A raspberry and pistachio cheesecake.
Ah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently, she admits she's not a natural baker, but she worked really hard on it. Did several trial runs and everything.
Wow. That's serious dedication for a village show cheesecake.
It is. So what does that level of effort tell us? Especially when you consider someone like Paul, who was initially a bit sniffy about the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
But even he ends up commenting on how joyful and wholesome it all is. Especially likes the massive cabbage.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's totally a testament to that dedication, isn't it?
Yeah.
Paul's turnaround is interesting. He sees the value in it, this collective pride, this effort. It builds that sense of community, that friendly competition. And crucial to it all, supposedly, is the anonymous judging.
Right. No names on entries.
Exactly. Keeps it fair.
Yeah.
Judges just look at the quality. So you have this picture of a community event at its best, full of care, which, of course, makes the chaos that's coming even better.
Okay, here's where it gets really juicy. Lily's already spread super thin. Right? Jester duties, organizer duties.
Stress levels climbing.
And then she spots something weird. A buffet table that definitely wasn't part of her plan for the produce show tent. Yeah. Her friend texts from the wedding, saying they saw someone with quiche, heard there were cakes, and then suddenly these wedding guests, all dressed up, probably had a bit of champagne, they just start screaming into the flower and produce tent.
Oh, no.
And they start taking all this stuff, just helping themselves. It sounds like absolute mayhem.
Wow. So how does that happen with all that careful setup?
Pure misunderstanding. A complete glorious mix-up.
Okay.
The wedding guests, likely, as you said, a few champagnes in, genuinely thought the competition entries were a buffet laid out for them.
You're kidding. They thought the prize vegetables were part of the spread.
Yep. And it gets funnier.
Yeah.
They apparently thought the category cards, cakes, jams, were just a nice touch for labeling the buffet section.
Oh, my goodness.
And the giant veg. They figured it was all part of some village fate theme for the wedding reception.
That's actually hilarious. It shows how fragile event planning can be, doesn't it? One wrong assumption.
Total chaos.
Yeah.
Instant, unexpected chaos. And the damage, I mean, it's funny, but it was pretty bad. Lots of entries got eaten or just taken.
Just taken, like stolen.
Yeah. Jams and chutneys just swiped. Apparently, some guests thought they were wedding favors.
Oh, wow. Mistaking jam for favors. That's something.
Even the buttonholes,
Uh-huh.
the little flower things people wear, gone.
Okay, this is escalating.
And Azra's cheesecake, the one she practiced so much for,
Don't tell me.
completely eaten. All that was left was one lone pistachio on this spoon.
No. Poor Azra.
I know. Some other things were just slightly nibbled, but Lily is just horrified, calls it a total disaster. She actually says, oh, good to know we're original, if a total disaster.
You can feel her despair, can't you? And it's not just the mess, it's piling onto her existing worries about her reputation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
After the cricket thing?
Yeah. This kind of public failure, even if it's accidental, feels huge when you're already feeling watched. It shows how external stuff can just magnify your internal stress.
Totally. And she's not the only one upset. Derek Fletcher, the profiterole guy.
Ah, yes, Mr. Protective of his profiteroles.
He is absolutely livid. Thought he was going to explode, apparently.
Oh dear. Passions run high at the produce show.
It's a massive emotional roller coaster for Lily. But in the middle of her despair and Derek's fury, what about the judges?
Yeah.
Charlotte Smith and Fallon. How do they handle this unprecedented situation? Do they just pack up?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. You see this real contrast in how people react. While Lily's understandably falling apart a bit,
Understandably.
the judges are surprisingly calm, pragmatic even. They sort of acknowledge, yeah, these things happen, bit of a shrug. They notice most things have only been slightly nibbled.
Okay.
So instead of just calling the whole thing off, they decide to judge the produce that is left.
Right. Just work with what they've got.
Exactly. It's amazing adaptability, really.
Yeah.
A great lesson in crisis management, maybe. Don't just focus on the disaster. Pivot. Salvage what you can. Find a practical solution.
That's actually quite impressive. So, they're judging what's left. But what about Azra? Her cheesecake is completely gone. Nothing to judge.
Ah, yes. Poor Azra. She's obviously upset, talks about all the hard work, the several trial runs.
Yeah.
But then Charlotte, the celebrity judge, comes up with this absolutely brilliant reinterpretation of the whole thing.
Oh, how does she spin that? A totally eaten entry.
This is the stroke of genius, the real aha moment. Charlotte declares Azra the unofficial winner.
Unofficial winner.
How? Her logic is fantastic. She says Azra's cheesecake was the only baking entry that's been completely eaten.
Ha. Oh.
So it's clearly the winner amongst the wedding guests. It completely reframes the loss, doesn't it? Turns disaster into this unique kind of triumph. Success isn't about the formal judging anymore. It's about, well, popular demand from the accidental, slightly tipsy judges.
That is brilliant. What a great way to validate all her hard work, even though it vanished. A different kind of win.
Totally unexpected, but kind of perfect.
And is there any herp for the others? Like Derek and his nibbled profiteroles?
Yes, there's a practical fix too. Lily's boss messages her later. They're planning a rescheduled show for anyone whose entry got eaten or swiped.
Ah, good. So there's a chance for proper judging eventually.
Exactly. It shows that community spirit bouncing back. Despite the chaos and Lily's meltdown, they find a way to make it right, showing how much these traditions matter.
Even when things go spectacularly sideways.
Especially then, maybe.
So we've journeyed through the delightful chaos of the Ambridge Flower and Produce show, the deep dive into what happens when competition rules get tangled up with, well, wedding cake cravings.
It's been quite the ride.
A really vivid look at how even the best plans can go wonderfully, hilariously wrong.
Yeah, and in exploring that, we've seen how community events, even with all the planning, are just inherently vulnerable to human error, misunderstandings, leading to these really funny situations. But maybe more importantly, we saw how being adaptable, having a bit of empathy and some creative thinking can actually turn a total disaster into, well, a great story.
And crown an unofficial winner.
Exactly. Someone whose success might never have been recognized otherwise.
So, thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening? Maybe think about the unofficial winners in your own life. You know, those unexpected successes that didn't quite tick the official boxes, but definitely hit the mark with the audience that really mattered.
That's a nice way to put it.
And how often do those little mistakes, those accidental mix-ups, actually lead to the most memorable, maybe the funniest outcomes? What does that teach us about trying to plan everything perfectly versus just sometimes embracing the spontaneous chaos?
What are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just moving mics around.
So what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the archers. Any
Are you what we
movements
call Foley then?
and- kind of. Yep.
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
Yep. That's the ball bar. That's,
This one.
yep. That's.
Hayley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline.
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever